you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love.
Thank you for choosing Starbucks. What can I get, Sabrina?
I'm picking up a mobile order for Sandra.
Sandra, I have it right here for you. All set for.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you. You too. Okay, so I took Ashlyn to her therapy appointment, counseling, whatever you want to call it, this morning. We still haven't fully gotten into it today. We kind of just continued going over what we've been struggling with, and we went over like objectives and what she wants to work on. Basically, she wants to work on with Ashley on like identifying different emotions and learning coping mechanisms and stuff like that, and like helping her do better with transitions, prepare her for kindergarten. Basically, she said that because Ashley is so young, she prefers to, like, you know, keep it consistent and routine and do them like go appointments every week or two for a few months, depending on how well she takes to it. She said next week she'll start, or the next appointment, she'll start bringing Ashlyn back by herself to talk with her, because today me and her basically just talked the whole time about what we had a pretty rough night on Wednesday. We got back from my mom's house at like 9, and I was so tired trying to get everyone ready for bed. But then as soon as I laid down and got Jace to sleep and wanted to go to sleep, all of a sudden I couldn't sleep. So I was on my phone for a little bit, and then at 11 I decided to put my phone down and try to go to sleep. And I laid there with my eyes closed trying to fall asleep for like at least an hour, and then as soon as I almost dozed off, Ashlyn starts whining, but like she's not awake. She's kind of like, she started kind of whining in her sleep and like moving around, but she never like fully woke up. She was just kind of whining in her sleep. She kept getting like louder and louder. Dude, I hate that this smells like sunscreen. She kept getting louder and louder, and she did that for like an hour, and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't fall asleep while she was whining. And then she finally stops, and I'm laying there trying to go to sleep, and then I gotta pee really bad. So I get up at 2:30 to go pee, and Lennon tells me that she threw up all over the floor. So then I had to come back in here and scrub puke out of the carpet at after 2:30 in the morning. Get that cleaned up, lay back down, and start trying to go to sleep again. Laying there trying to fall asleep. As soon as I get close, Ashlyn starts whining again. I don't think I like was able to fall asleep at all until like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then my alarm went off at 6:15, And I woke up for a second and I said, "Hey London, do you still feel sick?" She said, "Yeah." She threw up, and she had thrown up a second time. So I was like, okay, no school for you, obviously. I didn't like immediately say the first time she threw up no school, because I was like, I don't know if like that's a sick throw up or that's like a she ate too much throw up or something, because she was fine all day. She was fine all afternoon. She didn't have a fever. She wasn't sick at all. She went to bed. She was normal when she went to bed, and then just in the middle of the night threw up. So I didn't know if it was like sick or she just ate too much or something like that. So I wasn't like dead set on saying no school tomorrow yet. So I didn't turn my alarm off. My alarm went back off, and she was like, "Yeah, I still feel bad." She had thrown up again, and I was like, okay, so that means you're not going to school. So she didn't go to school yesterday. She threw up like all throughout the day yesterday. She never like had a fever or anything. She was just throwing up. So not really eating. I gave her some Pedialyte, and then last night had trouble falling asleep again. Managed to go to sleep around midnight or something like that, and London was in bed with me last night, and in the middle of the night she woke up and kind of threw up a little bit, like right next to me and Jace. Like it got on me and him a little bit, like it got all over my hand and stuff. So then I had to wipe that up the best that I could in the middle of the night, and then went back to sleep. And my alarm went off this morning at 6:50 because I had to get up and get Ashlyn dressed and ready, because she had her appointment at 8 a.m. this morning, because London didn't have school today, and I forgot that when I scheduled it. But yeah, London didn't have school today. It was a teacher work day. Ashlyn's appointment was at 8, so I had to wake up still kind of early, get Ashlyn dressed. I threw the blankets in the washer before I left. Had to fight with Ashlyn to get dressed and get out the door to go to her appointment, and we did that, came back, and now, yeah, fun times. I'm exhausted, and it's like I'm so tired all day. Like I'm struggling to stay awake. I'm so exhausted, but then as soon as Jace goes to sleep for his nap, and I'm like, okay, now's my chance. I can lay here and I can nap with him, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm not tired and I can't sleep. So I end up staying awake through his whole nap, and then as soon as like his nap is almost over, my body's like, hey, you are tired and you want to fall asleep. But it's like, what's the point in me falling asleep for 30 minutes? I'm gonna wake up more irritated than if I hadn't slept at all, because I don't like little cat naps. Little 30-minute naps make me feel worse than no nap at all. So then I had to fight to stay awake until his nap ends, and then I'm tired the whole rest of the day, and I'm like a zombie getting through the day. And then after dinner, do bedtime routine, get the kids in bed, and I'm so tired. But then as soon as the kids are all asleep and it's time for me to go to sleep, what do you know? Not tired anymore, and struggle to fall asleep for hours. So it's very frustrating. And I'm like so close to getting some melatonin to take, because Christopher's been on a melatonin kick and he keeps telling me to do it, blah blah blah. I don't really care for melatonin. I never really have. I had some Unisum, but I've figured out that my body doesn't react very well to it, it seems, because it is in the Benadryl family, and from what my mom has said, my whole childhood, I like had weird reactions to Benadryl. Not like an allergic reaction, but like she said whenever I would have Benadryl as a child, I would have like night terrors, and I would like wake up crying in the middle of the night but wasn't actually awake. It was like I was up and crying but wasn't responsive to anyone. Like sleep paralysis, basically, night demon or night terrors or something. So I think the Unisum started to give me like terrible restless legs, and like my whole body would have that restless leg feeling, so bad to the point like I still couldn't sleep. I was taking it to help me sleep, but it would give me restless arms and legs so bad that I couldn't sleep. So eventually I stopped taking it because, again, it's in the Benadryl family, so I think I might not really, my something about me just doesn't agree with Benadryl stuff. So I don't really like to take the Unisum. But I don't know if it's worth getting melatonin just for the nights that I'm really struggling, maybe. Because, you know, you're not really supposed to take melatonin, like, habitually, you know? It's not good for you to take melatonin constantly, because then you're just gonna build an immunity to it, basically. But, man, sometimes, like, last week, there were nights where I, like, was dozing off by 9 p.m. and I was falling asleep quite easily, and then all of a sudden it switches and it's like I'm laying there with my eyes closed for hours, unable to fall asleep. So we're probably just gonna have a pretty lazy day today, the rest of the day. I have a school project. I have to do an experiment like towards the end of the semester, and I'm already stressing about it because it seems very, very, very complicated. And I have to buy, like, crap for it. Like, I have to buy materials for it and stuff. Like, I've never had to do that before. I've never had to buy physical school materials besides pens and paper. That's the only thing I've ever bought for college. But this time I have to buy, like, everything that I need for the experiment. Which, that's still, like, 8 weeks away. But this week I have to write up the experiment plan, and trying to do that is stressing me out because I don't understand it. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to write. I haven't done any sort of experiment type thing in so long. But I gotta come up with my experiment plan about plant transpiration, and yeah. I started doing research on it yesterday, trying to, like, get an understanding of what all I have to do and decide how I want to do it, but I still got to finish writing it up by Sunday. What?
You might even find medicine that can, like, what? Confirmers and, like, help.
There's not really a medicine for throwing up. The only medicine that I have is for fevers, and you don't have a fever. I don't think Tylenol really helps with throwing up. Look at this teeny tiny little bottle of Motrin. This is from when I needed.
It will help, but it won't have it though.
Huh?
You don't think it will work, you know?
I got this from when I needed a syringe for Jace's medicine and couldn't go get it, or didn't want to go get it. It's so tiny. That's Benadryl. That's also Benadryl. And that's cough medicine. Where did the Tylenol go? Minor aches and pains, common cold, flu, headache, sore throat, toothache. See, I just don't know that this is... Like, this isn't for throwing up. Okay, so this weekend has not been fun. Well, really, this whole past week hasn't been fun. I've been so exhausted, and I wonder if that was my body, like, warning me of what was to come. London started throwing up Wednesday night, and she threw up all day Thursday, and she got better, like, Friday afternoon. Jace woke me up last night, in the middle of the night, throwing up in the bed. And he's thrown up a few times today. It's Saturday. And then, Ashlyn came up here this afternoon and told me that she had thrown up. She laid down and fell asleep a few hours ago. I don't feel the best. My throat has been bothering me all week, and it just seems to keep getting worse. Like, it hurts so bad to swallow. And it hurts my ears to swallow, and I'm so tired and, like, nauseous. And, like, my appetite, I don't have much of an appetite. Jace basically is, like, not eating today, because he asks for things, and I give him things, and then he doesn't touch it. He asked for yogurt this morning, didn't eat any of it. He asked for a bag of goldfish, didn't eat any of them. He asked, he wanted to eat, it was dinner time, I made him a plate, he took a couple bites. And then that was it. He got a yogurt bar out of the fridge after dinner and he ate about half of that. I've been trying to give him the last of the Pedialyte that we had left over, but he doesn't really care for that drink. He always just wants to steal my drink and drink all of my water, so my throat just hurts so bad. It feels like I'm swallowing a giant ball of fire every time. Like I can feel my throat stretching when I swallow, and it hurts, and it's red and sore, and my ears hurt. So it hasn't been fun. It's been another lazy day. I couldn't really get my brain to work to do anything legit today. Like I needed to work on my school project some more today because it's due tomorrow and I've barely done anything. But I like couldn't think all day today. All I could focus on was how tired I am because I've been having so much trouble falling asleep the past couple of days. When I do fall asleep, I get woken up by one of the kids. Jace was super restless last night. He threw up on me, and it's just like, I haven't been getting good sleep the past couple of nights. And I feel like crap. The kids don't feel good. I just can't focus on anything of like substance, you know? Like I feel like I can't plan things, I can't focus on things, my brain just doesn't work. So I didn't end up doing any of my project today, which means I'm gonna have to try and rush through and pull something out of my butt tomorrow to get it done by midnight. And that's if my brain decides to work tomorrow. It probably won't, but I'm gonna have to push through. Hopefully the impending deadline will help that a little bit. We've ended up with a 5-day weekend, which I would love for it to have been relaxing, but instead we're basically just gonna be spending the whole weekend recovering before London goes back to school on Tuesday. Okay, it is now Sunday morning, and I gotta get that dang school project done today. It's hot. It's not getting cool enough at night anymore to cool down the room, so it's hot. Yeah, the girls slept downstairs last night, and I was just informed that they both threw up at some point last night, which Ashlyn started throwing up yesterday, but London hasn't thrown up since Thursday night, early Friday, so I don't know why she would throw up again. Jace threw up all over me last night, like all over my chest and on my arms at like 3 in the morning, so I had to get up and like wipe us all down with soap, and like the smell of puke is just burned in my nose, so
Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love.